that has been really good for the CN Conference ever since Season 1, and is still finding a lot of success here in Season 2. You know, some of those higher impact junglers, say Aatrox, stuff like that. I really think that a Kha'Zix angle wouldn't be too a miss here for either side. I feel like it would be a lot stronger for Woohoo Gaming, like just looking at how squishy these carries are. But Aatrox will be banned out, so yeah, the pool is kind of shrinking here. The Jax will be coming out for Lee Sao, so they are leaving that jungle pick to the last. I think they are still thinking of, you know, what if Woohoo Gaming pick up that Rengar, we can pick a jungler to counter that, something like maybe that Shen, so that if somebody does get jumped on, you know, stand united immediately.
Absolutely. Kha'Zix, I think, would be the priority here. Would make the most sense, especially considering Rocky's got that Camille and makes a ton of synergy. But good. But there's something else here. Morgana is a little bit more on the conventional side than the Annie, as weird as that might sound. But anything could be thrown out here. Woohoo Gaming, are they gonna lock up the Riven here up against the Jax of Trace Esports? They will. Okay, that is a Riven locked up, but what is the jungler going to be? It is going to be that Riven instead. Orianna for that last slot here, which is going to make a lot of sense with that Camille. It is a very good synergistic option. But Pan's Lux performance in that last game, I think they will not be too... They won't be too disappointed picking up the Lux. Morgana, though, I don't know what to feel about Morgana getting locked up here. I don't know how to feel about the Morgana.
Yeah, because she does offer a lot of, you know, protection. The Black Shield, the Dark Bindings as well for catch, but that really is a lot more situational, I would say, than the Light Binding. For one, it's just, you know, once good shot, it hits one thing. It gets blocked by a minion or a jungle creep, it's off. But I do expect, you know, I kind of expected Pan to be picking up the Morgana, but it does, yeah, Pan will be picking up that Morgana. The wave clear, the safety in the early game is something that a lot of people underestimate with the Morgana, but I can see it. I can see it working. It's just a little bit, it is just a little bit less of, you know, a carry than the Lux. It's a lot more utility for sure. And I feel like it is just going to be the illusion that is the focus of the damage here for Woohoo Gaming. But Riven, Carryman on that Riven, you know, he can get a lot done on the Riven. He can carry, but that is going to be a lot more skill based. So a lot of eyes once again on Carryman, a lot on his shoulders.
Yeah, don't necessarily mind the Riven pickup here, but the Morgana is the one that I'm setting my eyes on, because the one thing about a Morgana that differs her from any other enchanter is that she's kind of an all or nothing kind of champion. Yeah. You hit the Dark Binding and it's great, you don't, and you can't find anything anymore. And that's sort of the risk that you run into, right? When you pick the Morgana, it's an all or nothing kind of champ. And what's the backup? What's the fall off if it doesn't work? There's not really a lot. There's arguably none for the Morgana, right? So I'm not really too sure about the Morgana pick yet, but again, it's going to boil down into execution. And with the lockdown potential here, it could pave the way for some good plays here on the pick composition that they're sort of running with here. So Woohoo Gaming kind of playing with fire with this composition, but they kind of doing the same thing in that last comp as well, right? So let's wait and see how Pan is going to perform. And that's the good thing, though, is Pan is definitely on a confidence boost from that last game, so he's gotta be feeling at least a fair amount of confidence going into the second game.
Yep, sorry, that is not bad on me. But look at that, the exhaust already onto Weibo. Once again, he's the one who is looking for the revenge here. You know, he said, "Oh, my early game was stifled last game. I'm gonna try to do the same here. We're gonna try to steal some camps away." But unbeknownst to them, on the top side, you know, this is just going to be vertical jungling coming out here on either side for these guys. But Wake Up is definitely very aware that Hueva is there. Pan a little bit late did want to get that level 2 before kind of coming into this. There's that Tormented Throw doing a little bit of damage, but I don't think it's going to be a huge dive. But unless they actually want to go for it, Carryman is going to be coming in. He is already level 3, and he's going to be exhausted, but you can't exhaust his broken wings. Yuri goes down first, and it's going to be Pan who takes that. A very difficult task for Attack to get away, so he won't. He will be giving that kill over to Sani, and an amazing start there for Woohoo Gaming.
A little bit of an overstay there from Trace Esports. And by the time that they got out of the jungle, the whole squad of Woohoo's here. Even Sani from the mid lane is here. Carryman walked so far up just to get back into that fight. And he's still caught up with the players of Trace. So, bit of an oversight there for them. Gives Woohoo another great start in this game. Not the start that Trace was looking for. But remember, they're the ones with Ajax, Corki, Ezreal, and Yone combo. So, if they're playing for the long game, they are certainly set.
Yep, lots of scalers here on the side of Trace Esports, but they do have to get to that point.
Oh.
Lee Sao taking quite a lot of damage. Rocky, I'm not quite sure why he didn't just go for that duel. There was no mana on that Jax. He couldn't counter strike. He couldn't leap strike. That should have been, you know, a kill to be had there for the Camille. But, you know, I think he just wanted to dominate that lane, force the back, try to get some of these mages rather than risking the Jax fighting back and actually, you know, getting enough mana for one skill, one counter strike to be able to bring him down.
Woohoo Gaming, though, they are on a time crunch. If you take a look at their comp, they don't have much scaling option. Not a lot at all, especially considering or comparing their comp to Trace Esports. So they should be the ones trying to be proactive at this point. Level 5 just hit by the two bot laners. So now is the time for Woohoo to start pressing forward and start looking for fights and try and end the game as quickly as possible before the third item power fights come out. Carryman is on top side.
Yeah, and that is going to be the Hextech Ultimatum. Carryman unfortunately misses that stun, but he will get the stun. Oh, there's a Fate Seal onto 2. Rocky has been taken low. He hookshots away. Carryman just trying desperately to get one kill onto Lee Sao. He does get it. He gets the knock up onto Weiba as well. And Weiba, he gets slowed down, but a tactical sweep. And the adaptive shield there by Rocky. Dissuades Weiba from going even further. That is a 1 kill for Woohoo Gaming, even though that was a beautiful Fate Seal by Weiba.
Beautifully done there. Beautifully outplayed by Carryman. And he goes back in. Hook shot.
Oh, man.
Executes Weiba. What a turn of events for Woohoo Gaming. Here comes the
Call the Forge Gun under the tower, and Sani with a calling to finish off Yuri. Trace Esports is just getting dismantled in this early game. What a turnaround from Woohoo Gaming. They were the underdogs coming into this match, and now they are the ones who are giving Trace Esports a run for their money.
Yeah, they did their homework here, Gio, and I'm loving it. Woohoo Gaming, they're throwing all sorts of stuff against Trace, the number 2 seed. And they're winning. The early game for the second time in a row is theirs. And you can safely say, I think it's safe to say that that last game was not a fluke at all, because Woohoo Gaming, they've repeated it. Lee Sao Counter-Strike connects, but Rocky looking for the fight.
Yeah, but, you know, it's a Camille. She has adaptive defenses, so the Jax won't really find all too much success, even with the Counter-Strike up. As soon as she starts going in, and she also has that true damage as well, remember, so that is something to really consider if you're a Jax, to just get one go away. But now Tak is in the danger zone here, getting chased away by Carryman. The objectives have spawned up, and Woohoo Gaming, they have their pick. Which one are they going to be going for first? It looks like they are gonna go to that Rift Herald. Rocky contesting it, chasing Weiba away, and this looks like a very greedy play from Woohoo Gaming. They want to have that double objective start, and they are going to be going on to it. Lee Sao is the first one to get knocked up there. There's a calling, but it's going to be the secure from Carryman actually, even though Weiba was there. No smite label. There is the Call of Forge got onto 2 as Tak and Lee Sao are now in the danger zone. But there's the package coming in. The Corki could turn everything around. Carryman's already down. Sani late to the party here. Lee Sao burning from the ignite. One more tick will not get him. There's the exhaust, but he's still doing damage through it. Thorn immediately gets taken out by Sani. There's Tak as well. There's the Tormented Soil to finish off that kill. 2 for 1, as well as the Rift Herald coming into the side of Woohoo Gaming.
And ADC's coming in clutch there. Let's take a look at that one more time. The package was a little bit late to the party, but it almost turned the fight around. But Sani bought so much time after that. Nice little secure from Carryman as well, denying Weiba of the steal. And this Horn of the Forge getting both knockups really stalled so much here for WHG. Korn coming in late and then Sunny turning things around. If Sunny did not come late here, it would have been over. But the exhausts coming out to both ADCs at the end there. Then Sunny flashing forward gives them the upper hand here for Woohoo Gaming. And they're on a hot streak of wins here in terms of fights.
Oh, wow.
Off of that, it's a 4,000 gold lead, and they charge Helly down the mid lane.
Yeah, and it's 7-1. Shelly definitely going to help secure this. Weiba, though, trying to at least get Pan. He is successful. He takes the Morgana down. The tower will live with 64 HP. Very unfortunate for Woohoo, because they invested a lot in that push, but still, a double objective start for them looks like, because now that, Weiba has already used his entry skills, his Solar Bound, he won't be able to really set things up for this steal. So it is going to be that double objective start that Woohoo Gaming so desperately wants.
Yeah, I say worth trade there. Losing the Morgana for that double objective is absolutely worth it here for Woohoo Gaming. They potentially can look for another engagement down the bottom side as well, because they could go for a dive potentially, with Weiba being on the top side.
Yeah, they definitely can. Weiba, though, he wants to get a little bit of damage onto the dive here. Bought that Hexic Ultimatum, keeping him contained. And what a dodge there by Rocky. And now that gank has failed, Weiba a lot less effective. But still, Lee Sao, he's just going to go for the turret. He doesn't care. And Weiba is now the target. Even with the Fade Sealed, he sacrifices it. He lets himself get hit. Rocky does, to stop him from actually getting out of there. And Lee Sao is fighting back. That Jax is starting to scale. Yuri comes in, really clutch there. Takes out the Morgana, and that is at least a 1-for-1. The tower did go the way of Trace Esports.
Let's take a look at that one more time. Rocky with the 1v2. Weiba investing everything and still not surviving off of that. Look at this.
So smart.
Walks into that Fate Sealed range and then plays around, toys around with Lisa, waiting for Pan's ult to come into fruition, and then survives the onslaught, shutting down Weiba in the process. Puts a lot more gold into their pockets here. So Woohoo Gaming feeling really, really good off of that, and Rocky having a much better game here. But Trace Esports, they are a team that is really, really good with macro. And take a look at the gold eco. Earlier, it was a 4,000 gold lead. Trace Esports somehow have whittled it down to 3,000 without getting much skills.
Yeah, it is pretty much because of that tower, because of the macro that they have been doing. And I really think that Woohoo Gaming, if they keep going for these kills, unfortunately Rocky, though, he gets ganked with the Fade Seal, goes for tactical sweep. But on the other side, they did get a kill onto the Gragas, so it is a 1-for-1, and then the tower will be prioritized. It will be taken down here by Carryman. So overall, Woohoo Gaming did come out on top of that. I mean, a kill and a tower versus just a kill. Let's take a look at that again.
Trace Esports with a setup. Sunny finds that exhaust, and it's just perfectly orchestrated. The read was perfect too. Last second timing on that Call of the Forged God. Really, really well played on the patience there. As you mentioned, it is a 1-for-1 at the end of the day, with Rocky getting shut down there. So that's at the end, I think that's a fair trade. I mean, a tower for a big shutdown gold on that top side. So Trace Esports, I think, has to feel good after that. Meanwhile, that all-enduring 6 HP tower down the mid side for Trace is still up and standing. This has been a headache for Woohoo, because they can't find more map control because of this tower that is literally just one auto attack away from going down.
Yep. And that was just kind of 6 HP. Come on, just do it. Yeah, there you go. Man, that was just it was so frustrating for me to see that tower at such low HP. Just one for auto attack, and finally they get it. It's Trace Esports still doing a pretty decent job at keeping this lead not ballooning out of control because of that macro. But definitely, as the game keeps going on, Trace Esports is going to start scaling up a lot more. These team fights are going to be a lot closer. So Woohoo Gaming, they really have to keep going. And actually, Call the Forge God trying to secure a talk here. He's going to try to body slam away, but Sandy will be securing that kill. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Woohoo Gaming have to speed it up. They have to accelerate the pace of this game.
Exactly.
They need to finish it before they start to fall off.
And that's exactly what they're doing now. They're marching down the base.
Yep. And that is another kill on team. Man, the Jax Lee Sao was just in the wrong spot. He had trust in his tower, but it was already taken down by Woohoo Gaming.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned that this is Woohoo Gaming's time to take over the game, because now is the only time that they can. Longer the game goes on, they can't do this anymore because everyone else is just gonna get stronger on the other side of the map here. So they should just press on while they can, while the gold lead is in their favor. And when we talk about these early game versus late game scaling comps, 5,000 gold lead is where we draw the line. If it doesn't go further than that, there is a chance for Trace to come back, for the scaling comp to come back. And that's exactly where we are at right now. So Woohoo, there's still a chance that they can lose this game. So now they're feeling the time pressure. Trace, on the other hand, all they have to do is buy time. And they're even coming up with some sort of strat here to take down the Baron. And this is
completely uncontested. They're just sneaking it away. Wake Up just now come to check it, but it's too late already. Trace Esports. It is a little bit of a desperate play, but they saw the chance. They knew that, you know, Woohoo Gaming was like, oh, we have the lead. They're definitely not going to go for a 12-minute Baron, but the balls on Trace Esports cannot be understatement, man. It's understated.
And I love that they have still enough vision to make that call, right? I mean, you could say that it is a risky play, but there's a certain amount of safety that is involved with that, because Trace Esports, despite being behind, still has enough vision control to know that they can't take the Baron fast enough. They recognize where the players of Woohoo Gaming are, and they decide based on that fact. Because of that, look, the gold is dwindling down, and Woohoo have to start a fight.
Oh, there's it, the Hextech ultimatum, but he is able to get out of there. But there is a call before John about to do away, but still on the back foot. He's now trying to get onto Rocky. He's successful. That's another 2 kills there. The burst coming in from Korn cannot be understated, and that just turned that fight around. That is a very good fight for Trace Esports. They even up that gold with 3 kills on their hands.
Yeah, Woohoo Gaming from the back with that engage. A little bit too far there, too far forward for Rocky. Didn't have any backup after that fight, and Trace Esports just make quick work off of that. Now down to 2. Gold lead out. Not existent anymore. In fact, it's Trace Esports that does have the gold lead.
What a swing.
And Woohoo down to 2. They don't have any wave clear either.
The momentum has swung so far into Trace Esports' favor after that Baron, and of course his team fight win. It was just so quick how everything happened. I really thought that Woohoo Gaming had the upper hand, but then, bam! Look at that. The drop in the gold graph, the difference, once again going to Trace Esports side. Even though the kills are, Woohoo Gaming have more kills, now they are starting to, fall off a little bit. And you saw how much damage Korn was doing. The scaling is definitely going on for Trace Esports.
7,000 Baron power play there. And the 5,000 gold lead, now gone. Now on the other side of the map in the scaling competition. And will WHG have to find a pick-off here? That's the only way that they can win a team fight, if they find a straggler here on the side of Trace Esports. But the thing is, Trace Esports, they know that as well, which is why they're not leaving anyone behind, particularly keen on keeping their 2 ADCs alive. And they should be good to go here. Fate Sealed setup is all it's going to take, or maybe even perhaps an explosive cask here for TAC. But the fact of the matter is, they are the ones in control of this map now.
The control of Trace Esports is so good. And the way that they play from behind is just absolutely amazing. They knew exactly how to, mitigate this potential lead that Woohoo Gaming was getting with their macro, with their wave control, so that it wouldn't balloon out of control. And now that they've reached a point in the game where they are really strong, Korn is already level 14, and if he hits you with a missile, everything is going to hurt. There's a counter strike, and there might be a little bit of an engage here, but Trace Esports really just want to keep Woohoo Gaming away from the side of the jungle so that they can set up for Baron.
They could set up another. They could set up a trap instead here as well. There's so many options available for Trace Esports because they have so much more map control. Is very little vision for Woohoo in that Baron pit, so they have to respond to it in terms of manpower and in terms of brute force. But Woohoo Gaming, they're not out of it yet. Still definitely can look for a team fight, but as it stands, they can't stand a full front to back. They just don't have enough numbers, enough damage, enough front line for this because of the way their composition is built. And now Sani is a little bit too far forward.
Yeah, and
he, oh god, Talk just ate quite a lot of that. There's the Fallen Forge, got onto 2. Sandy might have been a little bit too forward, but he was completely unpunished for it. Carryman getting ticked down to half his HP. Good chip there coming in for Yuri. And that is just what is so scary about Trace Esports now, is that they can keep you at arm's length with the poke from that Corki, from that Ezreal. And Woohoo Game, they have to commit things, but they have no call. The Forge got to set this up. Their engage is basically non-existent. It's all on to Carryman or Wake Up if he gets a knock up with his headbutt move. But you know, it still is so dangerous for Woohoo Gaming. Look at how low Pan got just from Korn harassing him.
It's so rough. But Woohoo, they have to respond, and here comes the body slam.
Oh! That is huge, body slam and the explosive gas coming out, but Sadie was able to stasis out of it. There's a Fate Seal onto 2, but those are the 2 tankiest members. Woo! That is going to be a shutdown though, onto the Corki. Great stuff by Carryman. On the backside though, Wake Up trying to duel against Weiba, and Sadie gets jumped on. The counter strike will take him out. An opportunistic Jax here, that is Lee Sao. Carryman now trying his best to get back to there. The Camille was shut down, Weiba, and now it is just Lee Sao there. Carryman, oh, I was gonna say he did a great job of surviving, but he did survive at the end of it. Pan almost getting taken down by Lisa as well. Oh, no. And Lisa with the counter strike almost still got that kill. It does go the way of Woohoo Gaming, but just barely.
Barely. That body slam engage was wonderful, but Woohoo Gaming turned it around so quick, protecting their key players so much. And more importantly, they stopped, they botched the Baron take and buy themselves a little bit more time. But, Gio, is more time beneficial for them, is the question. I mean, yes, they stay alive for now, but they have to find a wipeout. They have to find a big objective to help them win this game, because as it stands, they still don't have the numbers to win this game for the moment. Their Lucian, so vulnerable, and he is one of the biggest winning conditions here for Woohoo. And you see just how quickly he went down earlier there in that fight. Now, in the Elder Drake fight, Trace Esports again have the upper hand here in terms of vision. Woohoo Gaming have to play reactively one more time, and they're the ones pressured. This is their game to lose now.
It really is. The pressure is on the gold. Has swung a little bit into Woohoo Gaming's favor, but if they're gonna risk this Elder Drake take, they need to do it now, when Weiba isn't there. Weiba is not there yet. They have to burn it down quickly. But you know how fast these things can turn around as Rocky is there, and he does get the steal onto that. He secures, onto that Elder Drake, and they are on the chase. Lee Sao just a little bit more, and he gets executed by the Elder Drake, and it will be Carryman. Well, no, Pan who gets it with the Tormented Soil, and now the team fighting prowess is on the side of Woohoo Gaming. There's a Fate Sealed, but he goes golden in the middle of it all. His Fate and Soul, his Soul Unbound will come bring him back over to Carryman, as Wake Up was there as well. Although Pan did go down, it's still Woohoo Gaming who come out on top. A 3-4-1 exchange. And then they threaten Baron because it's just the 2 ADCs now.
Beautiful call right there from Woohoo Gaming, going for the Elder risk, and it paid off wonders for them, securing it early. Baron buff getting started now, and it's just 2 players from Chase.
Rocky, they know he's there, so they're going to be pelting him with this poke. No steal. Carryman smites it out this time. Call the Forge God just to threaten them, just to say, hey, how you doing? We'll have this back before the next fight anyway. But the Baron and the Elder Drake are now in the hands of Woohoo Gaming, and that is a huge power play for them.
Rocky, remember, is the one to secure that Elder Drake. Rocky, potential MVP run in this game after winning that laning phase in the Baron lane, now secures the Elder Drake, and it has been instrumental in the success here of Woohoo Gaming.
Look at that gold graph.
Exactly.
I love that.
It's all over the place, but Woohoo Gaming looking to end this on a high note as they march down the base of Trace.
Yep, the high notes can be reached here by Woohoo Gaming. They just need to be a little bit more a little bit more organized, a little bit more efficient in the way that they either engage or they siege, because they are going to be sieging. That's a good knockup onto Talk, but it is Talk, so he's very tanky. But so is Wake Up though. But Carryman coming in, he sets that kill up, and then they manage to get another kill, and it's actually going to be Woohoo Gaming taking out Trace Esports, just focusing on the Nexus. A 2-0 series for Woohoo Gaming, the underdogs of the series, and they actually might secure themselves a berth here in the playoffs.
Woohoo Gaming claw their way up from the 9th place and might actually have done it. They've taken down the Titans that are Trace Esports, They might have secured themselves a slot from playoffs. We have to check at the end of the day, but that is
I don't think they know what happened either. Look.
that is a playoffs worthy performance.
Oh, yeah.
That is beautiful. 2